Hey all, welcome to Flossmas Day or Vlogmas Day 2. If you've stumbled here by accident, welcome. I hope you like cross stitch and sometimes knitting and crochet as well. Vlogmas or Flossmas, if you're not aware, is just short videos that people put together, one for every day of Advent, so the 1st to the 24th of December. This is day 2, December 2nd, and I'm just here for my quick update. So this will be a really short video, but there are a couple things I want to show you. So first of all, the project, so I always pick a project to work on for the next day. So yesterday we picked my project for today, and it was Mountain Cabin by Dominic Davidson, and I should have, let me show you a picture. Okay. So the artwork is by Dominic Davidson. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. By the way, I'm going to apologize now. It's a really dreary day, and I have several lights on. I have several lights on, and it's still dark in here. So apologies, but not much I can do about that. Anyway, so I will insert a picture here of what Mountain Cabin looked like yesterday or before my stitching today. And in comparison, I will now show you what it looks like now. And how many stitches did I put in? Okay, so this is what it looks like now. So I've put in 595 stitches. So I've put in all of this 3371, the dark brown is all new. I filled in, there was a lot of confetti ninja stitches in here. I filled all of those in and actually carried through there because I wanted to finish my thread. And yeah, so I worked primarily on filling in the ninja stitches. And then this 3371, I just wanted to get a bunch in, so I have a couple hundred of those stitches in. So yeah, so 595 stitches. I would like to do, I mean, ideally I'd like to do 500 stitches every day on the project of the day. I don't know if I'll get that. That all depends on a whole host of things. But I managed to get it today, so that's awesome. I am now at 0.85%. So I've got 3,181 stitches out of the total 375,550. So 0.85%. So we're closing in on 1%. It'd be nice if I could get it to 1% by the end of the year, but no big deal. Not a big deal at all. So that's that. Now the other thing, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put this under here. Okay. Oh, by the way, look at the floss monster for this project. So this is a Max Colors, regular size Max Colors. That's an awful lot of floss. Like how many? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these things, each of which has 20 on it. So it's a lot of colors. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna put that to the side. The other thing I worked on, which I also mentioned yesterday I wanted to continue to do, is a pair of socks for my daughter. So I'm knitting her a pair of socks for Christmas, and I'm doing two at a time. I'm doing them 2 at a time on 2.25 millimeter needles. And let me just So here's one. So she wanted a really short cuff, so this just covers the ankle bone. And I'm knitting on the foot. And I'm almost done. I have a couple inches left. And that's about it. So that's one. And this is the second one. I put it on a, so her foot's a little bigger than mine, which is why it's not really fitting on here very well. But anyway, so you can see there how much I have left. Her foot is a little bit longer than mine, maybe by about an inch. So I've got about another 1.5 inches of the foot to do, and then I can do the decreases for the toes. So I didn't realize this because I had this ball of yarn from 2 or 3 years ago, so I completely forgot. I thought it was a foot, so I split it. What I did was, because I wanted to do these 2 at a time, so what I did was I split the yarn into 2 balls of equal weight. So the length should be the same because the thickness is the same, right? Anyway, I hadn't realized that I'd obviously used that ball of yarn for something else because I ran out of yarn. This, I shouldn't say that. So this is how much of the pink I have left. And the same amount on the other sock. So I was trying to figure out what do I do, and I got this sparkly gray. I think you can see some of the sparkles there. Yeah, so it's a sparkly gray, and I did 1 row of the gray, 1 row of the pink, 3 rows of the gray, 1 row of the pink, 5 rows of the gray, 1 row of the pink, 7 rows of gray, 1 row of the pink. So I think I can do, yeah, I know I can do 1 more, so I will do the next one, because this was 7, so the next one will be 9 rows, and then 1 row of the pink, and then that will be it for the pink. And then from there, I should be able to start the toe decreases anyway. So I think that looks good. Yeah. So anyways, that's those. So I'm hoping that I don't know if I'll get these finished today, but I'm hoping that I at least get the 9 rows of the gray plus the 1 row of the pink completed on both. And then I'll just have the toes to do, and I can finish those tomorrow. It would be nice if I could finish these as early as possible because I have plans for other socks. Okay, now one more Advent thing which I hadn't talked about before. I totally forgot about it actually. But I remembered today because I was thinking about the leftovers. Usually on a full pair of socks, so not ankle socks, but a full pair of socks. For me, this is how much yarn I have left. And I didn't have that for this. So what I typically do with these is I fill this up. Actually, just 1 second. Okay, I had to get something to show you. So, and it is relevant to Advent. So when I finish a pair of socks, and so the blue socks that I had just finished, which I showed yesterday, I thought they were here, but I must have put them away. I had this much yarn left. And so I don't like throwing yarn away. It's still great yarn. I can use it for something. So what I do is regardless of whether it's this big or this big or teeny tiny or much bigger, what I do, oops, that just went flying. What I do is I put it in here. And so this little frosty guy, I think what was in here was cookie mix for Christmas one year. Anyways, we obviously used the cookie mix, but then we had this container, and I thought it was perfect for this. So you can see all my leftovers from different projects, socks and shawls and hats and mitts and all that kind of stuff. I have some cashmere in here. Some I got too lazy and I didn't actually ball up. At some point I'll have to get to that. But anyway, so I throw them in here. And then what I do, and I have several actually that aren't, this thing is, as you can see, overflowing. And these, by the way, are like packed in there. I don't think this one's gonna, oh, maybe it will. Okay. These are packed in there. There's a lot. There's another one. That's the leftovers I had from the pair of socks I knit. I finished last week for my father-in-law. So anyway, so I put them in here. And then what I do is I use all of that yarn. And this is where my Advent plans come in. I have 2 fingering weight blankets. And so the first one is this blanket from, I think the pattern's from Attic 24, I don't remember. But it's a sock yarn, scrappy sock yarn blanket. So this is all my leftovers. What's happening here? Oh, the needles are, hang on. We've got stuck needles here. Okay. So they all go into here. So I make at least 1 square. Sometimes I have more. So especially with the self-striping yarn, usually like this takes about 3 grams of yarn, 3.5 grams of yarn. And usually I don't get through the whole striping sequence. So what I do is I just go as far as I can, and then I'll put the other one in somewhere else. And yeah, and so then I have these memories of, you know, all the projects that I've worked on are all in this one blanket. So there's no time limit as to when I want to get this blanket finished by. It's just, if it takes 20 years, it takes 20 years. It's just going to keep growing. But I haven't worked on it this year. And what I want to do, I want to get back to it. And what I want to do is do 1 square a day for the period of Advent. So by Christmas time, I'll have another 24 squares in here, and maybe one for Christmas. We'll see. But yeah, so I do sometimes reuse. I think there's been a couple that I have used, like not anywhere near each other, but wherever. And I don't worry about the colors, you know, I don't worry about, you know, what color goes next to what. I just pick wherever I feel like putting it, I will put it. So I can work, as you can see here. So here's 1 edge. So I'll probably start here, but I can put 1, I can also do 1 here. I can really go anywhere. I can start on this side. It's wherever I feel like it. So I didn't do 1 yesterday because, like I said, I forgot. So what I'm going to do is do 2 today. And the 2 I'm going to do are these ones here. So this one, which is a beautiful variegated, and this one here, which is more in the blues, but also has purples and yellows. So those are the 2 that I want to do today. So I will come back later with an update and I'll show you what I finished. So the other thing, part 2 of this is, like I said, each one of these squares takes about 3.5 grams. This is more than that. This is closer to 10 grams. So what I do is one of 2 things. One is, as my blanket gets bigger, I'll be able to put in, say, 2 of that color far far away from each other, right? So you can't really notice that they're the same. But the rest of it, or if I don't feel like doing two of that same square in my blanket, the rest of it will go into my second blanket, which is this one here. This one is called the northeasterly blanket. And you can find it on Ravelry. So this one is a join as you go as well, but instead of, let me see, sorry, I'm trying to find the bottom here. Okay, here's the bottom. So instead of, here, let me start at the top. Here we go. There you go. So you can see where I'm joining in that row, that column, and then these three columns are as high. Oh, no, almost. So this up here, this is as high as the blanket as I want to go, and this is going to be for my king size bed. So I've measured it, and that's how tall it is. So I'm almost done with that third column, and then I've got a couple more columns like way back here that I can start, and I can start another column anytime I want. But the nice thing about this blanket is that you don't need any particular amount of yarn. So for example, you know, you can, whatever you've got left. So this is a color. This is one of the little balls of yarn. So teeny tiny. This is one, it's a bit bigger. And then we've got this, which is, look how big that is. And that's because it's color changing yarn. It goes from the purple to less purple, more red to more red, less purple, and then to just red. And that's how much I had left after I made a square. So I just put it all in. So you can do whatever you want. I have, I'm sure, yeah, actually, see, I even had just enough for two rows of that. Like these are all different colors. There's another one that's just a couple rows. So you just do whatever. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want these to be left over. I'm gonna do a couple squares, and then I'll put the rest in here. Whether I get that part done today or not, I don't know, but I will try. And the rest, by the way, those aren't all of my scraps. The rest go in this gigantic bag that I made myself. And yeah, it's half full. Some of these are much bigger. So I could actually do something with those, but others are closer to the size of the other ones. So yeah, so that will also add into my Advent plans. So I will come back later with a video showing you the two that I've done for yesterday and today. I just have to pick up the one that fell. And so that's that. Now for back to cross stitch for a second, I wanted to show a couple of things. So I have been getting ready. I've already talked about how I'm continuing to whip up on the cross stitch side of things, and every 2 weeks I'm starting a new pattern until I get through the patterns that I really want to do. And so what I did is I have prepared all the fabric for all of the priority one patterns that I want to do. So I cut them to size, and I wrote down what it was for. So Aquarius, the stitch count and what count of fabric this is. So they're all ready. They're all ready here for when I pick them. Did I start the one I just picked? No, I haven't started that yet. I'll show you when I do, because I don't know if I'll probably show you during a Flossmas, because I don't know if I will do a regular floss tube during this period of time. But one more Advent related thing, which is my awesome Ferrero Rocher Advent calendar from my daughter. I've been waiting for this. These are my favorite chocolates. Where's number 2? There's 3, 4, there's 2. Okay, so we have the coconut one. These are not, the coconut ones aren't my favorite. So what I'm going to, I think what I'm going to do is, my husband really likes them, so I think I'm going to give this one to my husband for today. But there you go. And just the only other Flossmas, or yeah, Christmas related thing is all of my orts. So this was my ort jar for 2023. I just wrote on there 2023. And I've been preparing the one for 2024, so I filled it up as to what I've got so far. And that's it. And it's not packed down, so I might actually, what I might end up doing is just doing 2 years in here. Because I think once I really pack this down, I think I can get a couple years. And then I'll put it on my tree at Christmas. Or what I was planning on doing was adding, hanging them up, stringing them up with lights on my ceiling. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Anyway, we have to pick my project for tomorrow. The other thing for today, by the way, is, so I got my stitches in my mountain cabin, but I think I also want to put stitches into, once I get the knitting done, I want to put stitches into Home Sweet Home. Because I do want to continue to make progress on that this year. Okay. There we go. I'll have to Magic Study, yes, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out and show you what that looks like. Okay, this is so much fun working. I haven't worked on these in months and months, so it's awesome to see all these projects again and be able to work on them. So this is Magic Study. It is the rainbow version by Rose Kahn. I can't remember now if it was from Heaven and Earth Designs or Pain Free Crafts. I don't remember. Does it say? It's from Heaven and Earth Designs. Okay, so I'll show you where I'm up to at the moment. This is how far I've gotten. So when I started this project, I started it using the Royal Rose method. Then I decided I really don't like all these. They're just not for me. So I completed them all in, and I've been working on this page. So I think I'm going to just continue working on this page. And then, or I might, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work these in. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know. I could change my mind. But that's what I've got so far. And in terms of how many stitches that is, there's 8,350 stitches, which is 1.9%. So that's where that is. So this is my project for tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow and to show you that. And I'll be back with one more clip just to show you my completed squares on my blankets. Okay, bye. Okay, future Jade here, back with a short little clip to show you my completed squares in my blanket. I did two. I didn't do exactly the same ones that I said I was going to do. So I did say I was going to do this one, and then I did this one. So this yarn is from the pair of socks that I had completed. You can see how it knits up differently. Pretty cool. Anyway, so there's my two. I'm going to keep my little stitch markers on there on each one every day, so then at the end of the month we can see all of them, all of the new ones and where I put them. Okay, so that's it. I have not put the remainder, so I still have this much of each of those. I haven't put those in my other blanket yet, but that one is not that one's not urgent. That'll get done later. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this clip here, and I will see you tomorrow. I hope I see you tomorrow. I hope you're having a lot of fun stitching or spending time with family or whatever it is that you like to do in your spare time. Okay, bye.